Hello everyone! In the last tutorials we looked at how to customize the analysis of the world to finally build the force field. By clicking the View button here, you can see the result of each step. The state, the neighborhood analysis, and the affinity map, which is the neighborhood analysis mapped through the growth function. The final force field combines these maps, weighted by this formula. The attraction force is extracted from the affinity map by taking its gradient. The repulsion force simulates a pressure limit. It moves matter from high density to low density zones. We get it by taking the gradient of the value matrix directly. The alpha parameter regulates which force dominates the simulation. Alpha depends on the mass of the pixel. If the pixel has a high mass value, repulsion prevails. If it has a low mass, attraction prevails. The flow is calculated for both the reactive and the passive simulation, and the two are then summed, weighted by their power values. Let's go through the sliders used to customize the creation of the final force field. The first one is the temperature slider. This is a characteristic of the reintegration tracking algorithm, which moves the matter once the force field is ready. Temperature spreads the result over a wider area after the movement, producing a global blur, and it can change the dynamics of the simulation. The next one is the Blur Gradient A slider. It blurs the repulsive force field, which is useful when a high power value creates artifacts. The reactive simulation's alpha power is the gamma of the alpha parameter we saw earlier. A high alpha power lets the attractive force prevail over the repulsive one. A low alpha power lets the repulsive force prevail. Next is the reactive simulation's power slider, which increases the strength of the final reactive force field. Then we have the alpha power and the power sliders for the passive simulation. The flow average slider lets you apply a temporal average over the previous force fields. The mass target slider lets you change the overall mass of the simulation. On the right, you'll find the image processing sliders. These only affect the final visualization. The simulation itself is unaffected. Every slider can be customized through the slider menu. Right-click on a slider to open it. Here you can change the slider's range. Choose whether it should be linear or exponential, and set the gamma value. Below that is the MIDI control menu, where you can assign the slider to a MIDI control. Move a fader or knob on your MIDI device, then press Use Last MIDI to populate the fields with the control you last moved. Faders need absolute mode, knobs need relative mode. Press Apply MIDI to confirm the changes. At the bottom there is the BPM modulation section, where you can use the BPM to make the slider oscillate automatically. You can toggle the oscillation here, or by double-clicking on a slider, or by clicking it with the middle mouse button. Next tutorial, we'll look at the color palette editor. See you!